Learn to Fight. I'm your host, Manny. Having a beautiful day. Went out today, sun was shining, went on a little walk, got some fresh air in the beautiful California sun. And as I was on my walk, I like to think about different things while I'm walking, whether it be fighting, whether it be martial arts, whether it just be random stuff, some different philosophies. But I started thinking about all these different kick streamers that have been in the news lately. Kick streamer pulls the blicky out on couple. Kick streamer pulls some crazy prank. Kick streamer pulls a plank and gets popped. And it reminded me of this quote from Tony Montana. All I have in this world is my word and my balls, and I don't break either of them for anybody. Scarface said that. You've never seen that movie, it's one of the best movies of all time. But when we look at that quote, Tony Montana, he has a code, he has principles. He wasn't the perfect man, not even close, but he did live by a code, When we talk about learn to fight and knowing how to fight, a big part of martial arts is having the principles, the philosophy, the foundations of the martial art you're doing. So it gives you a path, it gives you a guide to live by. I'm sipping on some green tea, as always, and the biggest problem right now, the reason we're seeing so many things in society just go left is, people aren't living by a code. They don't know what code to live by. These TikTok kids have no principles, so they're just doing stupid stuff. They just want clout. So there's no code. You go, and that brings us to the Bushido code. The Bushido code was an ancient code followed by the samurais, and the Japanese people and the samurais, they had one of the best societies and cultures. And even still to this day, you go to Japan, it's one of the safest places on earth. There's not really much crime in Japan. You can leave your car open, no one's going to steal it. You can leave your wallet on the road, no one's going to steal it. Things like this. You go to LA, it's not the case. Even though LA is probably more richer, it's just simply not the case. A lot of people just aren't living by a code. They don't have a code. They don't even know where to begin, And as we see, that's why religion is so important. That's why, regardless of whatever you believe, when you follow a religion, you have principles, you have a code, you have things that you're supposed to follow. So it makes society better, and when you're doing a martial art, same type of thing. You have principles, respect, discipline, honor, these types of things that you're living by, and it helps you build your character. These kids nowadays growing up, they don't have a code. The TikTok generation, they just want clout, They just want clout. And that's what we're seeing with these streamers, So that brings us to this. This streamer gets KO'd in Japan being a goofball, being an absolute goofball. So let's see what's going on.
Hey, racist. Okay. Hey, fuck you, nigga, bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. Whatever. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, nah, man, nigga. Yeah, and what?
Just don't. All you have to say
don't
is
grab nothing.
Oh, got him. Got him.
Anonymous.
Here's the thing. If you're gonna go to a different society, or if you're gonna go anywhere, but specifically if you're gonna go to a different society, a different country, and you're gonna act like a certain way, you're risking your life. Straight up. A lot of things that fly in America don't fly in different places. For example, growing up, my parents always tell me, these crazy stories in Africa that things will happen to criminals. Like, for example, if you stole something in Africa, in Togo, they'll cut your hand off, you know, like straight up. They'll cut your hand off. They don't play that. They don't do that. Over here in California, if you steal something, they're letting you out of jail, you know. So those people, if you're traveling and you don't know how different societies work and you try to bring that American stuff to different places, they're gonna chin check you. And that dude didn't even look like a Japanese man, you know. When you travel, you better respect the places you're at. Otherwise, you're risking your life. You go to somewhere like Dubai and you're drinking or smoking or whatever, and that culture, they don't do that over there. You know, you're gonna put yourself in a real bad situation. But going anywhere and acting a fool when you don't even know how to fight is crazy. And these kids nowadays, these young adults nowadays, they've never really gotten into a fight before. They never really got their chin checked, and it shows. You know, that's why they believe they can just go out into the world and act a complete fool, act a buffoon, and think nothing's gonna happen to them. You know, Mike Tyson said, social media got you guys too comfortable not getting punched in the face. And it shows. As society goes and people aren't getting punched in the face, people don't have a respect for other people, they don't have a fear or respect of what could happen to them if they act a fool. It just kind of breaks down. You have people doing dumb stuff like this. And the more weak people there are in society, they kind of just let people get away with this type of stuff. In this scenario, bro went to Japan. You know, I don't know where the dude was from, where he rocked him, but the dude knocked out two different guys with one punch. That's how soft these guys are. That's how soft these guys are. Let's see it again.
$3 Hiroshima.
What's going on? Yeah, y'all, man, yeah, what?
Just don't grab my camera. All you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing. Oh,
Got him. Got him.
Anonymous sent $3.
Ooh. And you see the amount of like force and power he came with that second punch with? It's just two punches and they went to sleep. First off, all right, let's look at this from a technical perspective. First and foremost, if you're out there getting into altercation with people, you should never allow someone to be within arm's reach of you, because they can punch you and it'll be over with before you know, especially if someone knows how to hit for real. You know, that's the first spot they messed up. Second spot, just don't go out disrespecting people. First and foremost, you know, you're out there with your cameras, you're acting a fool, you know, you're cursing at people, you know, and you think nothing's gonna happen. You think it's just like soft Japanese people, you know, nothing's gonna happen. There's a lot of tough people everywhere, you know. One of the most strongest, toughest men ever came from Japan. The dude who started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know what I'm saying? Maeda is his name. And there's actually a book on him called The Strongest Man Alive, or The Toughest Man Alive. And there's all these stories of all the people he fought. A dude named Maeda from Japan. So Japan, they're all about honor, respect, discipline. You know, they live by the Bushido code. And you go over there doing that foolishness, they're going to chin check you. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely going to chin check you. But dude got chin checked by, it looked like, you know, someone who probably isn't even Japanese. But let's see it one more time, because it's kind of satisfying. It's low-key satisfying seeing bro get rocked.
hey, racist. Hey, fuck you, nigga, bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. Whatever. I don't know what's going on.
Look at that. He's actually insulting the people who live there, right? That look like a Japanese man. This other guy interjects and rocks him.
Yeah, man, nigga. Yeah, and what?
just don't grab my camera. All you have to say
Don't
is
grab
Right.
nothing.
Wow.
Oh,
Here we go. First off, look. He should have known. Look at this guy right here.
all you have to
He should have known when dude like had his hands like that it was gonna go left.
don't grab nothing. Oh,
Ooh, one overhand.
Anonymous sent $3 Hiroshima.
what's going on?
Done.
Yeah, man, nigga. Yeah, and what?
Just don't grab my camera.
Done.
All you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing. Oh,
Got him. Got him. Damn. Got him. That was like some dude. He hit him like, first off, they got dropped like a bad habit. They got dropped like a sack of potatoes. They got dropped like the soap in jail. Pause. They got dropped. They got dropped. How do you get dropped with one punch like that? You know what I'm saying? These people think that when you have a camera, there's like some magic force field around you that insulates you from reality. You know, because if the camera wasn't there and the kick viewers weren't there hyping them up, you would never. If you flip somebody off, you better be prepared to get rocked or to have to rock somebody, especially in a different country. If you go to the wrong country, that could really, really go left for you. Like you can, people have died over stuff like that, guaranteed. Green tea is beautiful, it's amazing. So it's just crazy to me. We're gonna see a trend here. We're gonna see a trend of these people with their cameras feeling like they have a magic force field around them that kind of like they think it's a video game. They think life's a video game or something. When on these cameras, it's actually a very interesting psychological phenomenon. It's like they feel that it's a fantasy world. They never thought that you would get rocked, you know? And we're gonna see a trend. But when we look at those guys, they're cowards. They don't have principles. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're going. They don't have respect. You know what I'm saying? So they just don't have principles. So all that matters to them is getting clout on kick. And they got checked for it. You know, they got checked real fast for it. And we're gonna see another one. So before we get into that, I want to show you guys the Bushido code. What code are you living by? You know, what code are you living by? How are you living? You know, so we all have codes. Actually, most of us don't have codes. That's the difference. The men of the past and the people of the past, they all had codes, you know, very strict codes. You look at the movies from the past, you know, that's what a man's man is. It's a man who lives by code, regardless, win or lose, for good or for worse. The person lives by a code, you know, this man has honor. This man has respect. This is a certain type of guy, you know? So what code do you live by personally? What code do you live by? Put it in the chat. Me, myself, the code I live by is a combination of the Bushido code and, you know, different philosophies from guys like Marcus Aurelius, Sun Tzu, Miyamoto Musashi, Jesus, you know. These are the codes I live by, you know, the 10 Commandments, you know, the Bushido code. These are things that I live by personally. I'm not no perfect man, of course. I'm just a regular man like everybody else, but that's my code, you know. And when it comes to martial arts, when I started martial arts, you know, I was a complete troublemaker. I got into a lot of trouble growing up. So if it wasn't for martial arts and the things I learned in wrestling, you know, I probably would have been completely different. But these things, wrestling, it gave me guidelines. It gave me a code to live by. You know, it kind of molded me into a man, showed me what it meant to be a man. Respect. You have to respect everybody. You hop on the mat, you think that person's weak, and he mops you up. You know, you have to respect everybody. So that brings us to the Bushido code and the 7 virtues of the Bushido code. 7 virtues are respect, honesty, courage, rectitude, loyalty, honor, benevolence. These are the tenets of the Bushido code. And when we see the video from earlier, dude had no, we can break it down. He had no respect, and he had no courage, and he had no honor. The other things, I don't know, but he definitely didn't have any of these, you know. And when we look at more and more, we look more and more into society, less people have respect. You know, they don't have respect for their elders. They don't have respect for their fellow man. You know, more and more people becoming antisocial. They don't have respect for their own body. They don't have respect for their own mind. So how could they respect someone else? You know, honor. Many people don't have honor nowadays. You know, for example, we're gonna get into it later, but the girl Natalie Reynolds, who convinced a mentally disabled woman to jump into a toxic pool that 5 people died from, brain-eating amoebas in this pool. She convinced her to jump into it. She has no honor. She has no respect. You know, she has no honor, no respect, no courage. She's a coward because when the cops came and the ambulance came, she ran. You know, there's not living by a code. And when we see the Bushido code and we see the samurais, they lived in a society that was, everybody respected each other. It wasn't perfect, but if you didn't respect each other, you could get your head lopped off. You know what I'm saying? So it created just a more respectful society. And, you know, it wasn't perfect, of course. No society is perfect, but it's just interesting and concerning to see. As people don't know how to fight, it breaks down society. It really does. Because when you don't know how to fight, you're weak. When you're weak, you don't have respect, right? When you're weak, you don't have honor. You don't have discipline. You don't have courage because you're weak. So it's actually in your best interest to be as strong as you possibly can, so you can protect your family, you can protect yourself, you can do better in your society. That's why everyone needs to learn how to fight. It's not just about knowing how to fight for yourself, you know what I'm saying, and going out there, but when you learn how to fight, it really does, like I said before in previous episodes, a lot of the philosophers that we still study today were actually fighters. They were pancreation fighters. So like Plato, one of the most influential philosophers of all time, Plato was actually a fighter. And his actual name means like he's kind of like stocky, like a plate or something like that. He was like a good wrestler. So that's where, when you're strong and you understand combat and you understand what another person's strength is, and you have respect and honor, you're able to think more deeply about the world. You know, that's what I believe, you know. And when you're on the opposite end, when you're weak and you're not able to think about the world, you're not able to see how you're impacting other people. You know, there's a lot of like sociopathic, antisocial type of people who are getting brought up nowadays, and we see it more and more as social media comes on. It's not because of social media; it's because people don't have principles to live by. The nuclear family breaking down. People, you know, don't really believe in God as much. People aren't as fit. People aren't as smart. They don't have principles. They don't have a code. They don't have honor. They don't have discipline. So these things break down society. They really, really do. And we're seeing it more and more and more. So, the 7 virtues of Bushido: respect, honor, courage, rectitude, loyalty, honor, benevolence. That's the Bushido code. Now, the 7 virtues of Bushido, warriors have, so, hold on 1 second. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Show some love. 7 virtues of Bushido. Mio, or honor. Warriors have only one judge of honor and character. And this is themselves. Decisions they make and how these decisions are carried out is a reflection of whom they truly are. Warriors have only one judge of honor and character, and this is themselves. Decisions they make and how these decisions are carried out is a reflection of whom they truly are. So that's why every decision you make in life is like extremely important. Regardless of if, you know, you make, let's say you make a bad decision, nobody ever finds out. You know you made that bad decision. And it's a reflection of who you truly are. It's a reflection of your soul. It's a reflection of your soul. And when we're talking about fighting, we're talking about the soul. When I hop in that cage, I'm putting my soul out there for you guys. My whole being, my whole everything. I'm half naked out there, and I'm throwing down with another dude who's trained, and we're gonna try to kill each other. I'm putting my soul out there for you guys. The lead up to before I get into the cage, if I lie to myself, if I'm not being truthful with myself, it's gonna show. You know, trust me, it's gonna show. So we'll go read that one more time. Warriors have only one judge of honor and character, and this is themselves. Decisions they make and how these decisions are carried out is a reflection of who they truly are. Most people these days don't make great decisions. They don't have honor. That's what honor truly means. It's like who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're respecting other people. You know, honor, you're being honorable not only for others, but for yourself. Because if you're trying to level up in life and ascend to your highest self, you have to have honor. You know, that was a big component of the samurais and their code and who they were. You know, the honor was so important to them that they would off themselves if something was dishonorable or if they did something dishonorable. Nowadays, we look at all the OnlyFans girls. We look at all the TikTok thoughts. We look at all the hoes out there. There's no honor. You know, they don't care about their family. They don't care about these things. And when you don't have that honor, it shows. And now, when so many people in society don't have honor, you know, it shows. And that honor, honoring your body, honoring your mother, honoring your father, honoring your society, these things are super important when it comes to being who we are and living a good life. So when we look at that video, the bro getting rocked, which we're going to look at again, because I love seeing bro get rocked, but also because it's interesting to me. First off, it's super interesting to me that you would go to a different society and think that you can just do whatever you want. But we're gonna watch bro get rocked again, and we'll see if he has any honor.
Hey, racist. Okay. Hey, fuck you, nigga, bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. Whatever. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, nah, man, nigga. Yeah, and what?
Just don't. All you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing.
Oh, got him. Get the other. That was it looked like a left hook as well. It looked like a left hook, nasty left hook. So that's what happens. I guarantee you, bro's gonna have honor next time. Next time he goes to another society, and you're just getting out here disrespecting people. So having honor is key. We'll go to respect. True warriors have no reason to be cruel. They do not need to prove their strength. Warriors are courageous even to their enemies. Warriors are not only respected for their strength in battle, but also their dealings with others. True warriors have no reason to be cruel. They do not need to prove their strength. Warriors are courageous even to their enemies. Warriors are not only respected for their strength in battle, but also their dealings with others. So the text is super small. So, don't light me up. Oh, you can't read. I can read. Chill out. All right. So look, that's like when you see in the cage, right? A dude gets knocked out. Boom, he's out cold. Mark Hunt is a perfect example. Mark Hunt knocks somebody out. He walks off, right? And it's so cool. It's even more cool that he walks off because it's like that dude has respect, Even when the guy's completely knocked out, he can go in there and just really and hit him with another extra shot. He doesn't do it because he's just like, the fight's over with. You know what I'm saying? And that's more cool. He gets more respect for that. He gets more honor for that. People like him more for that. As it were, the other side, a fighter gets knocked out in a fight, and then the guy follows up with some big, brutal shots. It's dishonorable. You know what I'm saying? It's just not really cool. I don't like to see that. Like, bro just almost died, and you're hitting him with extra shots on the ground. As far as I go in the cage, when I knock somebody out, I'm probably not gonna land extra shots on them. When you're in the heat of battle and things can go left, but keeping that honor and that respect for your opponent, because you wouldn't want that done to you, super important. And that goes into all these different fields of life. Don't we'll bring it back to Natalie Reynolds. Imagine Natalie Reynolds' mom was the lady who she convinced to go into the amoeba pool, brain-eating amoeba pool, and someone convinced her. She wouldn't like that. You know what I'm saying? If someone did to her family members, but she's cool with doing that to somebody else's family. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys don't know about that story, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you right now about that. What happened? So this chick, Natalie Reynolds. Actually, I don't even have that one. But before we get into this next one, this chick, all right, so basically here's the thing. This chick, Natalie Reynolds, she's like a 25, 26-year-old TikTok streamer, kick streamer, whatever. She does these ridiculous pranks. She's been known to do things like go into a gym, basically completely naked, just with body paint on, just like stupid stuff like this. She convinces a mentally disabled woman, homeless woman, to go into a super toxic lake. And she convinced her by saying, like, hey, I'm going to jump in with you. She jumps in. She doesn't jump in the pool. The lady jumps in. She can't swim, right? So now she's like floating. She can't swim. She's going away. Her life is on the line. This lady, Natalie Reynolds, she runs away. And the ambulance, fire truck, all that is coming. And she's like laughing. She's like, oh, whoa. So the lady ended up getting out of the lake. They end up saving her. But the simple fact that you do that to somebody, you wouldn't want someone to do it to your mom. You wouldn't want someone to do it to your sister. You wouldn't want someone to do it to your grandpa, your grandma. So she has no respect. She has no code. her code is to get as much clout as possible, you know, and it's antisocial, you know, it's just not, it's gonna just, if more people are coming up like this, it's gonna destroy society. But there's so many soft ass people out there. These kick streamers are just perfect because they live in a different reality. I might start kick streaming as well, but you know, who knows? I'm not gonna be doing this goofball stuff like this. This dude here in this next one, he gets strangled by some random guy. I don't think this guy was really being that bad of a guy, but however, bro had no idea how to fight. So we're gonna watch this one. Look at this.
I'm with you guys. How's the atmosphere there? Any police stations? Yeah, actually, just down that right there, right over there is a police station. There's police stations everywhere. We're good. We're totally fine.
Look at the floor.
I'm a vlogger.
I take it back, bro's getting
Vlogger.
I take it back. He's getting mad at me.
Yeah. I'm live on Twitch. I'm on the floor. And I'm gonna kill this motherfucker if he's gonna do it.
Oh, God, let go of me, man. Let go of me. Let go of me. No, seriously, man. Let the fuck go of me.
Yeah, so imagine that. So dude actually was being mad annoying. He was being super annoying, you know, saying he's a vlogger or whatever, doing whatever he's doing. But a random dude pulls up on him. And plus, you never really know when these things are real because people are trying to get clout. People are trying to get clout, so you really never know what's real nowadays. But someone runs up to me and tries to put me in a choke, especially like that, I'm gonna break their arm. I'm gonna do them dirty real bad. You know, they're never gonna see that arm again. They're gonna regret ever trying it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be absolutely ruthless and brutal. First off, bro is being mad annoying, right? I wouldn't say he was being disrespectful necessarily, but he kind of was. You know, you're in Amsterdam, you're like doing all these weird noises, being annoying. You're asking to get your chin checked. You're asking to get your chin checked, but dude literally just came up and grabbed him by his throat like that, and he didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? He literally didn't know what to do. These people have no idea how to fight. They have they're weak, you know? Respect. So the dude who grabbed him and choked him, he has no respect or honor either, but the dude who was a Twitch kick streamer, he had no respect, you know? And he looked weak as well, you know? So first off, don't be an idiot, you know? Don't do stupid stuff out there in the world. But let's watch that again. So there's a lot of crazy people out there. Also, don't be annoying. Also, you know, you should always be aware of what's going on. You know, these people have no principles to live by. And, you know, letting another grown man run up to you and grab you by the neck like that is mad embarrassing. It's extremely embarrassing. So that's another L for these kick streamers, Twitch streamers, whatever. Integrity. That's the next one. Be actually honest throughout your dealings with all people. Believe in justice, not from other people, but from yourself. To the true warrior, all the points of view are deeply considered, regardless regarding honesty, justice, and integrity. So, integrity. The people in question, they got no integrity, zero. I'm gonna show you another story of these streamers, right? They're in Vegas, okay? There's a couple making out, doing whatever they're doing. First off, the couple, the man in the couple, he's a big dude, but he didn't even know how to defend his woman. So that's a whole nother thing that we're gonna get into. But basically, things go left. The woman is trying to like fight the dude or whatever, like getting the camera out her face. Completely in her, it's completely her right. You know, they came, disrespected her. She started disrespecting back. Basically, bro pulled out a blicky. He pulled out a blicky and was threatening the woman. He's an absolute coward. No honesty, no respect, no integrity. That's only 3 of them that we went over so far. If you're out and about as a man, here's my code. And I don't care about the feminists. I don't care about, you weirdos out here online. I don't care about what you think. All right. This is my code. And this is how I was brought up. And this is how I learned. This is what I saw. If you're a man and you have a woman, right? Your woman, that's your wife, she's gonna have your kids, whatever. Your responsibility is to keep her safe, right? Because she's gonna have your kids one day. So in that scenario with that couple, and part of that responsibility is if your woman, right, that she comes up and she's getting crazy, she's hitting the dude's camera out. That man was supposed to tell his girl to chill out and like get her out of there, And that's also on the woman as well, because she, clearly wasn't listening to her man, but he didn't tell her like, hey, chill out, men deal with men, you know what I'm saying? Because this is not gonna go good, There's really no other solution. Like if the woman starts getting into it with the guy, it can only go one or two ways. The dude's either gonna get into it with her, which is gonna make the guy get into it with them, or that's pretty much the only outcome. I used to be a bouncer, and I used to see this all the time. Women would get into it with the man, whatever. Now her man is getting beat up by a bunch of dudes. You see it all the time. But look at this. We're gonna watch this video together right now, and we're gonna break it down. These people are just mad dumb, They don't have any honor or any respect. So check it out.
I love the POV from Nampa Stream Prime. It shows the real you. You gotta appreciate your height, your balding, and your few palma art.
Who's gonna sock who's gonna sock him? What are you doing?
So look, this dude comes up. Starts running his mouth, trying to, I guess, play a prank or something. I don't even know what he was trying to do. Just trying to get some clout, trying to get some viewers. To a couple that's just chilling in Vegas. Like, they're just hanging out. They're just doing their thing. Bro comes up, starts trying to instigate a situation, instigate a confrontation. And the woman's like, hey, what are you doing? Now, look here. The dude who's chilling back here, he's kind of smiling, hanging out. He also has no code. He also has no honor. They weren't looking for altercation. They weren't looking for a fight. But you don't let your woman, even if that's not really your girlfriend like that. Well, also, I mean, if it's not his girlfriend like that, then I can kind of maybe give him a pass, because maybe she's just out of pocket. Maybe he just met her. But let's just say, for the sake of the podcast, let's just say that was his woman, right? You don't let that happen. This dude's up here coming up, instigating some type of situation, and you're just kicking back while she's like going after him. But for the streamers themselves, they're cowards. They have no respect. They have no honor. They have no discipline. They have no integrity. They have no code. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a trend. You know what I'm saying? These people don't have a code. So what code do you live by? You know what I'm saying? The samurais had a code. What code do you live by? You know? So we're going to get back into it.
You better let go of his.
But do you want to suck?
That's completely her right to do that. You know, these dudes are being idiots. You know?
Get off the street.
Ugly bastard. Oh yeah, I got burnt.
You see, these dudes are clowns. Now look, wait. Oh, I didn't even realize this. But here, look. You guys, if you guys can see this or not, now look here. Okay? See this right here? This person on the stream, Kermit, shoot her. Kermit, pew her. Right? So now look. These streamers, right, are living their life and they're not even living in reality. They're watching the comments and they're doing crazy stuff, being idiots, because they don't have any idea who they even truly are. And this is what we're seeing more and more and more. These people have no idea who they are, and they're allowing social media and the comments to dictate who they are. You know, when we see Natalie Reynolds, same thing. She's like doing whatever she thinks the audience is going to like. No, she can't think for herself. That's what we're seeing here on the stream. So this dude is a coward, right? And he's allowing other people, complete strangers, to manipulate him and say and like kind of puppeteer him. But don't get me wrong, when I say manipulate, that doesn't take off any blame from him. He's an idiot. You know, he's an idiot. He's a coward. He has no discipline, no honor, respect, no code. You know, all I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for nobody. Tony Montana.
Yeah, she's in that grab my phone. Oh, you want problems? You want problems too? You want problems? You
All right, so now the man gets
you
involved.
You just grabbed my phone.
Now the man gets involved. So now,
Don't grab my. I'll promise you, I'll shoot the shit. Let it go. Don't touch my shit. I promise.
so now look. So now, bro started a fight, right? Now that he's getting some backlash, some backfire, he pulls out a blicky and he's threatening them, right? Some people who were just enjoying their night, just hanging out, enjoying their night. And now you're threatening them with the blicky because you're such a coward and you're scared to get your chin checked because you don't know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's just absolutely disgusting. It's weak. It's pathetic. It's not what a real man is. And we're gonna see in a second how this tough guy, how he responds. You know what I'm saying? This guy thinks he's tough, right? First off, rule one of having a blicky: don't ever pull it out unless you're gonna use it. Because in that situation, if someone else had a blicky, you pull it out, now they're justified to take you out because you're risking their life. Even though you think it's a game, you think it's a video game, you think it's a joke, they're justified to take you out. For me, if I was in that situation, someone pulls that out on me and they're doing that, I'm gonna take them out because I can't risk figuring out where you're at mentally. I'm gonna take you out in a heartbeat. If you come at my girl with something like that, you come at me with something like that, and I'm in that situation and I have my concealed carry, you're done. You know, there's gonna be epic repercussions. You know, that's rule one of having a blicky. You know, that's like well known. But clearly these dudes don't even know what the rules are. You know, They don't even know what the rules are. And they found out the hard way because now he's facing like 6 years in prison because he's being an idiot. Also doesn't know the laws, right? So when you're threatening somebody with a blicky, multiple times, threatening multiple people with it, you're a coward. You started the fight. You can't finish your fight. You can't throw hands. You're such a coward. You're out there running around. So this is what happens when people don't have a code. This is what happens when people don't have a code. Let's get back to it.
Go my shit. I promise I'll blow you away. I promise you I'll blow you away.
We're gonna leave.
I promise you.
You about to get blasted.
Spray, dude. He sprayed. He sprayed all
Get out
of
of
us.
here.
All right. Out of
So
here.
now we
I'm
see.
you stupid.
Please, dude.
No, you guys.
He sprayed us.
So dude's upping his heat and he's threatening a woman and a dude, right? When there's two men, these dudes are cowards, straight cowards, no honor, no respect, no discipline, nothing, and even more so, the people in the comments are also cowards because they're trying to kind of like enticing dude to do more crazy stuff and they're paying money. So these people are mentally sick, mentally ill, but ultimately it comes down to people not having a code. Now this guy comes in and he's trying to like de-escalate the situation. Now watch what happens.
No. Okay, you go back. I'll blow the.
Wasn't lying about being a crash, but
It's okay. My guy, just go. Hey, that's it. Hey, yo. Just right.
First off, don't argue with women. That's like rule one. If a woman is getting crazy, you just gotta like respectfully dip out. Like, hey, I'm not arguing with you, blah blah blah, because they're emotional, right? So you can't argue with women, especially don't argue with another man's woman. But we're gonna see how exactly how much of a coward these people are.
I don't record, you dumbass. Just go. If you don't want that, just go, bro. You don't talk to me. You got problems too. You want problems? For what? I need. What's up? You want problems? Blaster. I'll blow you away. Really? Really? Okay. All right.
Now look, if you're ever in a situation and someone says, "Hold on, it's all good, you got it, I'll be right back," you need to take that very seriously. There's nothing good coming after that. So these dudes have no street like knowledge. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what type of danger they're in. If you're gonna up lethal force on somebody and threaten somebody with lethal force, you better be ready and aware of what can happen next to you. That's the problem. This is where respect comes into play. Because if you're going to do that, you better respect the fact that people are going to fight fire with fire. You better respect other people. They looked at this man, they looked at this dude. Let's go back real quick.
Blaster. I'll blow you away. Really? Really? Okay. All right.
So look, he said, "Oh, really? You're gonna blow me away? No fear, no nothing." There's nothing good coming after that. Typically, what's gonna happen after that is you're gonna get blasted. That's usually what happens after that. So it's just like these people are just dumb. They just don't have any code. They just don't know real life. They don't know how real life works. But now we're gonna see how this tough guy responds. We're gonna see how this tough guy responds to what's gonna happen next.
I promise you I do. I promise you I do. I promise you I do. Search me up. Search me up.
So now dude's still trying to like get into it with the other guy. There's two of them, 2v1. He's trying to fight this dude with this girl. He knows that other dude has a weapon and he's still trying to like, get crazy. So it's like pretty pathetic. It's super pathetic actually. So let's skip forward to what happens. Now, remember, remember, dude was being all tough, right? And now this is what happens next. Remember the dude who said, all right, wait, bet. I got something for you. I'll be right back.
That got crazy as no reason, LMAO.
Bro, why she grabbed this? She got me pissed.
Yeah, me too.
That was how I took her hostage in front of him.
You need water? Me too. You saw me get crazy. I was like, oh,
I need some water.
Now look. Oh no. So now he sees the cops coming, and now he's like, oh no. Like that's what happens. That's what happens. These people are fools.
You might want to delete Bud, dumbass.
all right, I will. Act like nothing's wrong.
And real quick, dude said you might want to delete. There's no deleting the internet. It's here forever.
Bro, I'm dead, bro's Glock is fat as shit ass tweaking.
Huh?
Y'all did initiate the confrontation.
Why? What we put it on him? No, what? No, stop. No, I don't want problem. I'm relaxing, sir.
Oh,
Sir, I'm just.
now he doesn't have a problem. He was antagonizing people, random people, going up, talking crazy. Now he doesn't want a problem. Oh, no, I don't want a problem. No. But soft ass, weird ass, goofball.
Recording. He didn't do nothing. Sir.
He didn't do nothing. There you go.
I'm relaxing.
Use that. Use that.
Turn around. You don't have to stop that. Don't hurt me, please. Don't hurt me.
Man, look at it. You have to be the biggest coward ever to go up. You have to be the biggest coward ever to go up, start a fight with a couple, start a fight with a woman, pull the strap on a woman, say, threaten, lethal force. You have two guys with you. The guy has just one guy and his girl with him. You're starting to fight. You're threatening everybody, right? And now when the cops come, ooh, I didn't do anything. Please don't hurt me. These people are pathetic, man. I'm telling you, they don't have no code. All I have in this world is my word and my balls, and I don't break either of them for nobody. Tony Montana. Again, these people are just cowards. And this is what happens over time when there's no code, So basically, let's go back to it. Let's see how that finishes off.
On your stomach now. Don't reach. On your stomach, bro.
So basically, this is the type of dude who will cry victim. So basically, dude starts a fight, with the woman, starts all this stuff, gets the first dude got chin checked, right? You're a tough guy when you're the guy with the weapon, right? And we're seeing this a lot, actually. Some of these young kids will have weapons and want to start a fight with somebody, but then when it's time to throw the hands, it's time to throw the dick beaters. They pull the strap. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a code. They're soft. They're cowards. They never got their chin checked before. They never got slapped before. When I was growing up, I got in so many fights. Got beat up so many times, beat up a lot of people. That's just how it was, That's how it's supposed to be. So, again, we don't see honor. We don't see respect. We don't see integrity in those videos. Heroic courage. That guy in that video had zero. The guy in the video had zero heroic courage. He's actually a coward because he was so scared to get his chin checked that he had to keep a strap on him, right? And even though he was the person who antagonized and started the situation, he feel he had one up because he had a strap. But there's a lot of people with straps. And he was lucky that it went that way because it could have went very left. You know, could have been very, very left. So hiding like a turtle in a shell is not living at all. A true warrior must have heroic courage. It is absolutely risky. It is living life completely, fully, and wonderfully. Heroic courage. Heroic courage. You know, don't live life in a shell. So many people nowadays are living life in a shell. They don't go outside. They're antisocial. You know, it's not just about being courageous in a sense of combat. It's also being courageous in your day-to-day life. You know, maybe go talk to the girl that you don't want to talk to. Maybe get rejected. You know, maybe take a big risk business-wise. Just being courageous, you know. These are the tenets of Bushido. This is the code this is a code. You know, you have to have a code. Every man should have a code. You know, otherwise you're just a ship in the ocean with no guiding factor, whether it's religion, whether it's whatever. You have to have a code to live by. You know what I'm saying? So honesty and sincerity. When warriors say that they will perform an action, it is as good as done. Nothing will stop them from completing what they say they will do. They do not have to give their word. They do not have to promise. So again, you know, Scarface isn't a good guy by any stretch of the imagination. You know, he was a thug. He killed a bunch of people. He sold drugs. He did a lot of bad things, but he had a code. You know what I'm saying? Every man should have a code. Like I said, all I have in this world is my word and my balls. I don't break either of them for nobody. Tony Montana. And we look at the Bushido code, they're saying the same thing. You know, so these are things to think about. These are things to think about. In order to become a great person and become your best self, you should have principles that you live by. You know, and even if you forget the principles or you need a refresher, it's still good to have a code and have these principles, you know, to be your best self, you know, have a way you live your life. Brings us into the next one. Duty and loyalty. Warriors are responsible for everything that they have done and everything that they have said and all of the consequences that follow. They're immensely loyal to all of their to all of those in their care. Loyalty and duty. Loyalty and duty. You know, taking responsibility for the things that you've done, being loyal to people around you, being loyal to, you know, your family, being loyal to your business partners, you know, having a win-win situation, you know, respecting people, you know. It's self-explanatory. It really is self-explanatory. And the last one, Jin, compassion. Through intense training and hard work, the true warrior becomes quick and strong. They're not they're not as most people. They develop the power that must be used for good. They have compassion. They have help. They help their fellow man every opportunity. So basically, kind of like Uncle Ben said in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Those are the Bushido codes, 7 tenets of Bushido code. This is what the samurais live by. You know, nowadays, people have no code. You know, that's why still to this day, if you go to Japan, it's one of the safest places on earth, right? It's one of the safest places on earth. People are respectful. They respect each other. People, they live by code still, you know? And I really want to say, like, for you guys that have kids out there, the guys who you should be teaching your kid a code, you know, to live by. That's why religion was so important, you know, and it is important because what we're going to see next year if people in society don't have a code, the society won't be as good. And that's just a fact. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing society break down. You know, people just don't have a code. Now, look at this. This is very, very interesting. Super interesting. Most teenagers are expecting depression. So now, if you look from 2006 to 2018, the numbers have just gone up and up and up in depression. In 2006, it was 7.9% of teenagers from the ages of 12 to 17 had experienced a major episode of depression. Now it literally doubled. This was 2018, so these numbers are even higher now. You know, and I think it's directly correlated with the fact that people don't have, a lot of people just aren't living by a code. They don't have a code. When you don't have a code, it breaks down all the different things. You don't have a code, so now you don't have a family. You know, you don't have a code. You don't have loyalty, so you're not loyal to your wife. You know, you're not loyal to people in your life. You don't see a sense of responsibility. You don't respect yourself, so you don't respect your family. You know, and you don't respect yourself, so you don't respect society. You know, it just kind of bleeds in. You don't have compassion, right? Compassion, you don't have compassion. It kind of, and then it goes into the next generation. And now they're growing up and they're lost because they don't have a code. And now, as we see in the numbers, depression on the rise, testosterone on the decline, you know, and that's what we see as time goes on. More and more and more. More and more and more, that's what we see, you know. And we see here on the opposite side, percentage of this is basically the percentage of people who have become like atheists as time went on. From 1950 to 2010, you see how much has gone up, and even to more to nowadays. So I'm not over here, you know, going to beat you guys over the head with, you know, religion and stuff like that. But it's just a simple fact that when you're religious, you have principles you live by. So the problem that we're seeing is people just don't have a code. They don't have principles. And this is the result. You know, this is the result. These kick streamers, you know, when you have a code, when you have principles, you're able to become your best self. You're able to become a better version of yourself. And we see it in the samurais, and we see it with the Spartans, and pretty much every warrior. You know, that's what it's about. The Bushido code, becoming stronger, becoming a better version of yourself. And that's why you need to learn how to fight. You learn how to fight, you learn martial arts, get a code to live by, become strong, become smarter, gain honor, respect, discipline. You know, you just need to have some type of code. So I'm gonna ask you guys, what code do you live by? You know, if you don't live by a code, incorporate code into your life. You know, the Bushido code is a really good one. You know, all the martial artists know of the Bushido code. So that's it for the guy. That's it for today, guys. If you let me know what code you live by, drop in the comments below, hit that like button. Much love. Peace.